welcome to all our esteemed guests, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Rajendra Prasad Das Shah, Professor Narada Bhushan Shah, former Vice Chancellor, Maharshi Vedic University, Netherlands, who is with us online from Hungary, distinguished faculty members, research scholars, learners, and indeed all lovers of knowledge and culture gathered here today to celebrate World Sanskrit Day 2025. As a faculty in the discipline of Sanskrit under Padmanath Bhukai Barua School of Humanities of Krishna Kanta Pandiko State Open University, it gives me immense pleasure and a profound state of pride to welcome you to this auspicious occasion. We have many distinguished guests among us through online to grace this occasion. I welcome all of you. Today, the August 8, 2025 makes the celebration of Vishwa Sanskrita Divasava a day dedicated to honoring one of the world's most ancient, profound, and scientifically structured languages, that is Sanskrit. This day, matching with Shravana Purnima and Raksha Bandhan, holds a special significance, reminding us of the deep-rooted connection between language, culture, tradition, and the pursuit of knowledge. Sanskrit, often hailed as the Devavani, or the language of the gods, is not merely a linguistic facet of the past, it is a living, breathing repository of India's intellectual, philosophical, scientific, and artistic heritage. Our aim is to ensure that the light of Sanskrit continues to illuminate the path for future generations, inspiring them with its logic, beauty, and timeless wisdom. Today's celebration is a statement to this commitment. We have invited Professor Jagadish Sarma, Professor in the Department of Sanskrit from Gauhati University, who will deliver an academic talk to bring us closer to the essence of Sanskrit. Later, we will release an edited volume on Indian knowledge system. So now I would like to request our respected director, sir, Professor Prasenjit Das, to welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, with a Phulam Gamusa. With a Phulam Gamusa and with a pledge as a token of love and respect. To our respected Borasa with a Phulam Gamusa, I will offer him. Now, I may request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to offer his welcome address on this auspicious occasion. Sir, please.
Thank you. Please indeed a great pleasure for all of us. We are celebrating this Vishwa Sanskrit Divas. On this great occasion, I convey my best wishes, and I'm delighted that our university is celebrating this day in the august presence of Professor Narada Bhushan, Professor Jagadish Sarma, and Professor Bhuran, with the director of the school, all the faculty members of the school, and all my dearest colleagues who are participating online and offline. This is a historic moment for the world as well as the country, and especially for Krishna Kanta State University. This is a historical moment because this year University Grant Commission, Distance Education Bureau, has given permission to our university to start MA Sanskrit and MA Yoga, which was a long desired and outstanding requirement of the state of Assam. People of Assam, we are eager to have these two programs, and we are getting a lot of response throughout the state to these two programs. I have never been a formal student of Sanskrit, but up to our matriculation, we have some papers of Sanskrit. It was part of our curriculum, and after coming to higher education, after attending different programs, I could realize, which is a fact, that without Sanskrit, literature is incomplete. Without Sanskrit, no language is complete. Sanskrit is the origin of many languages of the world, and unfortunately or fortunately, this as a language, one of the oldest languages of the world, was somehow neglected in our country, because we are yet to have Sanskrit University in all the states. We do not have too many colleges for higher education in Sanskrit. But gradually, this realization has come to us, and we are proud to share with each other that the National Education Policy 2020 again gave too much importance to this discipline, and whenever the vision of National Education Policy 2020 is to prepare global citizens with Indian ethos and values, the importance of Sanskrit cannot be undermined. And it is the Veda and many old scriptures are written in Sanskrit. Sometimes one feels that one should have knowledge of Sanskrit, but people like us now regret that why the government of the country during that period, even National Education Policy, earlier two National Education Policies of 70s and 80s, would not give this much importance which is now given in National Education Policy 2020 about giving importance to Sanskrit. I believe that if the spirit of National Education Policy 2020 to implement Sanskrit, to prepare our children with Indian ethos and ethics, Sanskrit is important. This should not be only given importance in higher education. This should be given importance in school education. And if this issue can be properly addressed at school education level, then it will not be very difficult to address this issue at higher education level. We are all very happy that our university, with efforts of the people in the Sanskrit department, particularly in Gauhati, they could manage to develop this program, a postgraduate program in Sanskrit. I am sure that Indrani and her colleagues in the department, with the support of the director, they should make efforts so that Sanskrit, more and more people of the state, particularly those unreached who are deprived of Sanskrit education in the state, those who are deprived of getting admission in formal education system, particularly in conventional system, they should be now, the schools should think of what mechanism they have to adopt. So there should be more campaign, more publicity of our program, MA program, MA Sanskrit and MA Yoga program across the state. Intensive effort should be made so that our desire to start this program from this session will be fulfilled. I feel this is a very good beginning. I am so happy that Professor Jagadish Sarma, Baruaji and Professor Nanda Kus, Narad Kus, who are present on this occasion. Their presence is going to inspire each one of us to work in this direction, to befit our effort in the celebration of World Sanskrit Day 2025. I am thankful to the organizer and each one of you for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts on this great day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your insightful speech. Now let us welcome Professor Jagadish Sarma, a gold medalist in Sanskrit. He did his MPhil and PhD in the year 2003 and 2008, respectively, from Gauhati University. To his credit, he has 39 published research papers, 43 book chapters, 11 authored books, including textbooks, authored 31 chapter of study material for KKHSOU and adult. He has presented 75 numbers of paper till date, and he received 3 academic gold medals so far. Now I may request our guest speaker, Professor Jagadish Sarma, to deliver his speech. Over to you.
Please sit. You have your presentation.
PPT can down কৰিবলৈ মোলে তুমি কৰিবা নমস্কাৰ today we celebrating World Sanskrit Day. That is why 2 or 3 lines I want to talk with Sanskrit. Manyaha Krishnakanta Sandikoi Mukta Vishwavidyalaya Sammananiyaha Ojassinaha Kulapatayaha Das Mahodayaha Asya Vishwavidyalaya Sammaniyaha Kulasasivaha Dr. Pranjit Bora Mahodayaha Mama Gurupadaha Katana Mahavidyalaya Aham Othitavana Asam Mama Guru Asit Professor Suresh Chandra Bora Mahodayaha Aham Bhagyavanha Asmi Odhuna Jata Mama Guru Baraha Atra Upasthitaha Santi Kala Sankayaha Nidesakaha Dr. Prosenjit Das Mahodayaha Asya Vibhagasya Adhyakshaha Dr. Indrani Deka Mahodayaha Anyapi Asya Vishwavidyalaya Adhyapaka Adhyapika Vargaha Gobesaka Gobesikaha Chatraha Chatracha Antarjalya Madhyamena Je kholu upasthitaha tan sarban prati mot kritehe hardikam dhanyabadam kritagyatam shubheshamsha vijnapayami. This is beginning of Sanskrit. I think this is understandable. Actually, Sanskrit is not very tough one. It is very understandable one. So, first of all, I like to gratitude to KK State Open University giving me opportunity to speak one topic here on occasion of International Sanskrit Day. I'm a student of Sanskrit, so first, in the beginning, I starting with a Sanskrit shloka, Vishnu Vandana. Kararabindena Padarabindam Mukharabinde Binivesayantam Kararabindena Padarabindam Mukharabinde Binivesayantam Gataissa putraissa pute sayanam Valam Mukundam Manasasmarami Valam Mukundam Manasva Smarami. This is a Vishnu slok, Vishnu Vandana. So before I start my presentation, a small presentation, some basic question come to our mind. In everyone, there's some question that will come to our mind. What is Sanskrit? Why Sanskrit? This is general people think so, that why Sanskrit? Why Sanskrit is a prominent component in IKEA's Indian knowledge system. What is the fundamental teaching of Sanskrit? That question always comes to our mind. Why Sanskrit is treated as important subject in primary education? Sir has already told that if compulsory in this primary level, that is teaching in another. So what is the main objective of that? What are those teaching of Sanskrit? How Sanskrit is relevant today? Why IKEA has given more importance on Vedic, Jnana, Vijnana and Jivan Darshan. That the three codes have been used in the IKS. There's a Vedic Jnana, Vijnana and Jivan Darshan. And last, my observation is that, my query is that, is the Sanskrit would be relevant for future generation or not? That's a very important query or question come to all of in mind, not only my mind, all of has experienced that. What is Sanskrit? All of know, but I give in some point here. The Sanskrit is an ancient and classical language of India, in whichever first book of the world, Rig Veda, was compiled. When civilization had grown up in world, it is stated that Rig Veda is the first component of that civilization, world civilization. The Vedas are dated by different scholars, but 65 BC to 1500 BC. Sanskrit language must have evolved with expensive capability prior to that. Maybe there are so many theories are there that Sanskrit come from before that period, from Brahman and other gods also. That is from religious philosophical points also there. Sanskrit is said to belong to Indo-Aryan or Indo-Germanic family of languages. It is a linguistics class. It is come in the Indo-Aryan groups or IE family, inclusive Greek, Latin and other allied languages. There is a group family, Indo-European languages group. As per the Indian tradition, Sanskrit language has no beginning and no ending. Anadi nidhana dibba bhagasusta sarambhupa. I just tell in the Mahabharata. Anadi nidhana dibba bhagasusta sarambhupa. This is come from Swayambhu Brahma. There is no end, no beginning is there. This is a traditional views is there. It is eternal. Sanskrit is an eternal language. Self-born God has created it. Brahma has been created this Sanskrit. Sanskrit has been the source of letter language. Already Sir has been mentioned at that point. And literature in India. Pali and Prakrit was the first developed from Sanskrit. It states that Sanskrit is the first. These three groups of Sanskrit are now present found in the present day. One is the Vedic Sanskrit, other one the classical Sanskrit, and the modern Sanskrit. Vedas are the part of Vedic Sanskrit. From Ramayana, epics, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Purana, Kalidasa is coming in the classical Sanskrit group. And now there is some novels are going on, poetry is going on, that is called modern Sanskrit group. In 19th century, from 19th century, it is the modern Sanskrit has been developed. In Orissa, in Benares, in West Bengal, so many states, modern Sanskrit have evolved. Panini was a great landmark in the development of Sanskrit languages. It is a basic things of that Panini is the grammarian, with the development is the main developed the Sanskrit. Vedas are the first documents of Sanskrit language. It is stated that Vedas are the first document, primary document. And Valmiki was the first writer of world poetry. He says, Ma Nishada, Potisthan Tamagamo, Saswati Sama, Tatrumsha Mithunat Ekamodati Kamamo. This is the first locus. It is stated that this is the first poetry of classical Sanskrit literature. Apart from Vedas. Vedas is the other part. And from classical literature part, Ma Nishada is the first poetry in Indian history of Indian classical languages. So Valmiki is the first poetry. But in the Ramayana, this is not the first locus. This in the Ramayana, this is not the first sloka, this is 7th number sloka. 7 number sloka, but this is the first poetry of. So there's a rules are there because in these slokas, one antar is there, so we cannot starting the curses. Drama cannot or Kaibok cannot start, epic cannot start with curse from negative point. It should be positive one. That is the tradition of Indian culture. That is why this sloka is a curse, it's a negative one. That is why it is coming to 7 number. So first one is a good number of poetry is there. The second epic Mahabharata is known as the encyclopedia of knowledge. All of know. Jat kinchan nasti, Mahabharata nasti, Bharata nasti. That is the always says that. What is not in the Mahabharata, there is no in the world. All things are established in the Mahabharata. Law, economics, literature, all of this are included in the Mahabharata. The scientific literature covers lexicography, matrix, grammar, law, science of politics, love, philosophy, and religion, medicine, astronomy, astrology, arithmetic, etc. All sections, all subjects are included in the book, in the cover of Sanskrit literature. In every section there is a books. Every section have been so many scholars have been done very tremendous works in these single sections. I have mentioned some scholarly observation, quotation from Western part and Indian part, because it is very important. Who thinks so? What Sanskrit is, and what scholar has think from Indian counterpart and other subcontinent nations who has think that. First I take this Sri Aurobindo. Aurobindo states that this is the very inner philosophy, inner vision that Indian scholars think that what is Sanskrit. Sanskrit language as has been universally recognized by those competent to form a judgment in one of the most magnificent, the most perfect, this is the important one, the most perfect language. Sri Aurobindo told it is the most perfect language. The most prominent and wonderfully sufficient literary instrument developed by the human mind. There is so many sufficient literary documents or instruments are gathered in the Sanskrit literature which is developed by a group of human mind. This is the inner vision of Sri Aurobindo. Mahatma Gandhi thinks that without the study of Sanskrit, one cannot become a true Indian and a true learned man. This very interesting notion is that. For Indian, true Indianness, Sanskrit is essential or important, which Sir is mentioned in his speech. For Indian, what is the true lover of Indian, Sanskrit is very important. Though I will not read the Sanskrit very perfectly, but his conscience is there. Love of Sanskrit is there. That is the Indianness pronounced. Max Muller is a foreign writer, is a German scholar, big scholar of Sanskrit. He thinks that Sanskrit is the greatest language of the world. He thinks that Sanskrit is the greatest language of this world. Very interesting though, he's always noted Jawaharlal Nehru. His very quotation very interesting. Though something told that Jawaharlal no support that the Sanskrit, but he's a very lover of Sanskrit. He told that, very interesting this quotation is that, if I was asked what is the greatest treasure which India possesses and what is her finest heritage, then I would answer unhesitatingly that it is the Sanskrit language and literature and all that is contained. This is a magnificent inheritance, and so long as this endures the influence the life of our people, life is reflected in the Sanskrit, so long with the basic genius of Indian continue, Sanskrit will be prevailed. If our race forgot the Buddha, the Upanishads and the great epics Ramayana and Mahabharata, India would cease to be India. India would cease to be India. It's nothing achieved. Mahabharata is Vina Ramayanam, Vina Gitam, Vina Ramayanam Katham. This sloka is there. Vina Gita, Vina Ramayanam Katham, Bharatam, Bharatam Nahi. Last is that Bharatam, Bharatam. Bharat is not there. If there is no Ramayana, no Gita and Mahabharata, Bharat will not be stayed. Bharat will not stay. As Radhakrishnan, Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan thinks that Sanskrit has molded the minds of our people to the extent to which they themselves are not conscious. Sanskrit literature is a national and one sense, but its purpose has been universal. That was why it commanded that attention of people who were not followers of a particular culture. He's a philosophy man, he's a man of philosophy, so his thinking is that philosophical perspective. MacDonald is a very German scholar, foreign writer, very Arthur Anthony MacDonald. He thinks that the intellectual depth of Europe to Sanskrit literature is a foreign commentary. It's a foreign writer comments. The intellectual depth of Europe to Sanskrit literature has been undeniably great. It may perhaps become greater still in the years that are to come. We Europeans are still behind the making even our alphabet a perfect one. This is the commonly a sentence of a man of scholars, Pandit. William von Humboldt, another scholars from foreign, he thinks that Sanskrit is unsurpassed gent in the whole development of languages yet known to us. His comment very important. So Professor Bob is a foreign writer and he is an Indian scholar. He come to India and make a professor in university. He thinks that Sanskrit was at one time the only language of the world. It is more perfect and copious than Greek and Latin because it's the same group. I family is the same group. So he comments that Sanskrit is greater than Greek and Latin. What's the teaching of Sanskrit? Sanskrit firstly thinks that Sanskrit is a literature. Every literature there is a thinking point. Because society is going to continuous sided. One is spiritualism and materialism. The common side too is society is gone through two distinct common things. One side is a left side is a spirituality and right side is a materialistics. If two sides go together then society can survive, otherwise it will not survive. Just like you think, when you are matriculation syllabus, there are so many subjects are there. From humanities also there, science also there, social science also there. Why amalgamated? Have you think something? Why syllabus have been become a triple? It's a mixing of social sciences courses such as social studies. Humanities subjects are there, English, Assamese, English, Sanskrit is the humanities subjects are there. And science subject are science, maths. Why? Why combination that? Because we think that the students goes to my side is science, in arts, in why this type of language or this type of subject is common? There's a philosophy is there. There's a great philosophy is there. In science subject also, in master degree, in degree level, why you given introduce the SEC subject, value added? Why? Because he is going to science subject, he is become the scientific or engineering. Why giving his SEC subject value added subject? Why? There's a philosophy is there. Because society can go together with the spirituality and materialism. If one is less below than one, then society will be collapsed. Just like one giving an example. When you ride a car, manufacturing company giving the one clock is there, 0 to 120 speeds. One clock is there. But in which place one speed we give, who tell that? Manufacturing company. It is when car is riding a car, one clock is there, it's a race is a 20, 40, 60. From 20, 120, up to 120, 180. We are going a route that in this place it should be 20 kilometer, in that place it should be 60 kilometer. Who tells? Manufacturing company. মানে কবলৈ গৈছো কি যেতিয়া এটা গাড়ী এখন চলাও আমি তাত এটা ৰেস থাকে 20 to 180 বনাই দিছে manufacturing company কিন্তু আমি স্পিড কিমান লম? How will take speeds? Is it 20 or when you going a parking place circle, how many speeds should there? Who tells this? This is tells to spirituality, not manufacturing. আমি এইখিনি কিমান স্পিড লম? আমি গৈ আছো এটা কেকুৰি পালো আমি সেইখিনি কিমান স্পিড লম? সেইটো মই কোনে ক'ব? Manufacturing company to কোৱা নাই, মাৰুতিখনে কোৱা নাই। সেইটো আমি নিজে কৰিব লাগিব from our own thinking. That is the spirituality. This is car and clock is a materialism. Carখন বনাই দিলে ইমানলৈকে ঘড়ীটো আছে, this is materialism. কিন্তু তাক কিমানত চলাব লাগিব, গাড়ীখন আমি কিমানত চলাম নহ'লে এক্সিডেণ্ট হ'ব, ইট ইজ কাম ফ্ৰম স্পিৰিচুৱেলিজম. That is the philosophy. That's the philosophy. So Sanskrit is a literature. So prime teaching of the Sanskrit is that Sanskrit literature is as vast as human life. As vast as human life. There are 4 aims of human life, which are called the Purusharthas. Every human life, in every literature, it states that there is a 4 Purusharthas: Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. There is a 4 Purusharthas that we are living for these 4 Purusharthas. Every human being are living for those 4 Purusharthas: Dharma, Artha, Kama, and after that, we are going for Moksha. Because nobody is Amrita, nobody survive in the world so permanently. আমি এদিন মৰিব লাগিব গোটেইবিলাকে, তো মৰিব লাগিলে আমি কিখিনি থাকিব কিখিনি নাথাকিব. So dharma, artha, kama, and 4 other parts are moksha. This is the main purusharthas we concern. Every human being, there is a philosophy, this type of philosophies are there. Dharma stands for the duties and responsibilities of man. Dharma stands for duties. What type of works we have done. Hey, কামটো আমি ভালদৰে কৰিছো না না, that is the dharma. Dharma is not religion. Dharma here not stand for religion. That is the duty. That is the responsibility. Dharma means responsibility. Gita always teaches us that dharma means responsibility. Jata dharma tata jaya means rightness, right duty. Then you survive. What the right duty is there. It is not really dharma, not religion. The right duty, right responsibility is there. Then you can win. If you go for right decision, you can win. Jata dharma tata jaya. Dharma is the main part, and we have celebrated this dharma. Artha, communication is monetary necessities, because when we go to the dharma, then monetary necessities come because we survive health. Something is like monetary and other parts we need. That is come from artha. Kama stands for all types of human desire. All type of human desire. This kama, because without kama we cannot survive. Stress and other parts will be coming together. So Kama is very essential part of human being. For living a human being, Kama is very essential part for us. Desireness, love, happiness, all are come in the Kama section. If we have not any happiness, if not any happy of life, then we cannot survive. So that Kama is important part of our human being. And last one is a moksha. Moksha means freedom. Not only that, regarding moksha is a different logic, is there different arguments are there regarding moksha, but moksha is one thing that when you think the rightness, that this is the good one, it is that if we thinking good is done good, then we said after the death or after maybe in life we can get the right decision. That is the moksha. Moksha is freedom from birth and rebirth. From another philosophical group thinks that it's come from rebirth, and another philosophical group says moksha is attained in this human being in life also. There's so many statements are there. Any and every literature surrounded these 4 aims of human life. Any literature in the world all surrounded these 4 teaching of 4 dharma, artha, kama, moksha, 4 teaching of human life. They always think for that. What's the constituent of Sanskrit? These 4 purusharthas. How we get the 4 purusharthas? There are so many literatures are there in Sanskrit. Not only Sanskrit, other literature also there. So many books are there, so many titas are there. In Sanskrit literature, first of all, presents Vedas. The first constituents of the Sanskrit literature who take us to 4 Purusharthas, who lead us for 4 Purusharthas from the Vedas is concerned, are the main basis for Dharma. Vedas teaching us the duty and rightness of ourselves. Veda is not a book of religion. It is a book of dharma. Dharma means is a book of duty. Vedas are the root of dharma. Drama or Naitya is a main figure, because who don't know these Vedas, they can assume the drama. We can, through drama, through literature, through Sahitya, we can attain the 4 Purusharthas. So drama or Naitya is considered as the most beautiful part in the Sanskrit literature. And another important part, who can give us the main structure, who can give us a very dutiful life, it's a good life, that's a fable literature. Fable literature is a very important component of Sanskrit. Fable literature means those who already read the Panchatantra, Hitopadesha, these are the books, the fable literature give us very important point of human life, how we lead our human to a good, how we become a good citizen, how we can survive in the society that good gives from the fable literature. Fable are the tales written in the innocent children to impart knowledge of politics, economics, worldly wisdom, etc. It gives ethics and moral lesson. Because without ethics and moral, we cannot survive in the society. Every man should become the ethical and moral. So this kind of knowledge come from this type of literature in the Sanskrit. In the Sanskrit, apart from these constitute points, there is the main thing is the 18 Vidvas, Astadasa Vidya, which is called 18 branches of Vidya. In literature in Sanskrit, there is all literatures. There have been said that there are 18 branches of Vidya. 18 Vidya means first one is Veda. Veda is number is 4. Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Jojur Veda, and Athar Veda. There are 4 types of Veda. Next, Vedanga is a part of Veda. It is a technical one. 6 types of Vedanga we have found. Vedanga books are there. The Siksha, Vyakarana, Nirukta, Sanda, Jyotisha, and Kalpa. This type of 6 Vedanga are found. Upanga is a 4. Upanga is a structure of the group of literature. This Purana, we get the name the Purana, is Astadasa, 18 Purana we have found. Purana plus Upa Purana, so many Purana books are there. So many Upa Puranas are there. It's a huge literature. Nyaya. Nyaya is a philosophical school. Philosophical school, Nyaya and Vaisheshika is a philosophical school. Mimamsa. Dharma Shastra. Dharma Shastra is an important point for leading a human being. Just like Manusmriti, Narada Smriti. There's a Smriti books who leads a society for benefit of society. There's an important books, Dharma Shastra, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Sankhya, Yoga. Yoga already has been told, Yoga is a subject. Patanjali is a class of Vidya. Pasupata is a Shaivism, and Vaishnava. That's a philosophical Vaishnava. These are the Upangas, and 4 is the Upaveda is there. Upaveda means related with the all Vedas. There are Ayurveda, Dhanurveda, Gandharva Veda, and Arthashastra. Arthashastra, which wrote a very important book for us in the society, is Kautilya. Kautilya is Arthashastra. So many political affairs and the duties of the king and other taxation system, all are in the Arthashastra section. So these are the 18 branches of literature. That is the main branch of Sanskrit literature. We have found the 18 class of literature. Included in 18 literature, all types of literatures are there. Apart from that, very interesting point in the Sanskrit literature is the some theoretical discipline, and just like our applied sciences and theoretical sciences are there. This type in Sanskrit literature also, there are 18 theoretical disciplines are there. Theoretical disciplines are there. I point out there. The 4 Vedas are there. Ayurveda, Dhanurveda are 4 Upavedas are there. Silpa, Purana, Nyaya, Mimamsa, Dharma Shastras, Vedanga. These are called the theoretical disciplines in the Sanskrit literature. And apart from that, there are 64 applied or vocational disciplines. Kala Vidya, which is called Kala Vidya. 64 applied or vocational disciplines are there in the Sanskrit literature. All branches are there. Some of them are history, poetry, calligraphy, metrical composition, dancing, evaluating precious stones, worshipping, cooking. It's a very Rasayana Shastras. Cooking is a very important book. Rasayana, so many type of rasayanas are there. How many types of vyanjanas are there? All types of are very good books are cooking are also there. Magic, show making, thieving, and iron smoothly, painting, gardening, carpentry, hairdressing, hunting, trading, agriculture, animal husbandry, making medicines, leather work, driving, fishing, speech making, among of craft. Some of them are, not 64 all are there. Some of the importance are there. 64, this is applied sciences. This is called applied or vocational disciplines are there in the Sanskrit. Other parts, others is the 14, 18 is this theoretical. Vedas is the theoretical. It is not practical one. But these are the practical component included in the Sanskrit literature. Now my point is this, in our today's discussion, is a humanity and liberality. So I come to human values. What is the human values are explained in the Sanskrit, because human values is important component to the race. Because we are self-centered now. We the people now are self-centric. No one can think for neighboring. No one can think for other people. These are going on. What type of society in the next 10 hours generation, I don't know what type of will be there. So we are self-centered. Before that, you think that when you are a child, this type of society are not there. But nowadays, society completely changed. Why? If we have not human values, we have not ethics, we have not morals, it is not very easy for surviving in a society. Society will be collapsed. So as a human being, we have to think that human values are an important component which come from a treasure house of Sanskrit literature, which is very essential in today's society. The Sanskrit literature is a huge storehouse of, already says this quotation coming from an IKS. IKS, all Sanskrit literature, they elaborate just three components are in Sanskrit literature: Jnana, Vijnana, and Jivan Darshana. Jnana, Vijnana is Visheshana Jnana, and by which, how it feels in a human being, that is called Jivan Darshana. The three notes are there, three common ideas in the IKS there. There's Jnana from the Vedic knowledge, the knowledge from ancient heritage, knowledge from indigenous culture, and this type of knowledge we go for Vijnana. How we apply it, that is the second motto of IKS. With this Jnana, how we achieve the Vijnana, and after that, how this Vijnana, by this Vijnana, we can sustain our life. This is called Jivan Darshana. How we evaluate ourselves. How we evaluate ourselves, that is the main motto, three mottos of IKS. The Sanskrit literature, especially Vedic literature, is a treasure house of human values, moral values, wisdom, etc. The Vedic shares pictures humanism in true sense of term. I have not given the examples here, so many examples are there. So main pictures are humanism in true sense of term. The Upanishads are the core treatise of self-realization. Because without self-realization, Atma-Vishleshan, we cannot survive. We have to think ourselves. We have to realize ourselves first. We have self-realization is a main thing. Upanishad states that. You first think, Krishna says, Arjuna, you first realize yourself. After that others. You first realize what is capable or not. When you faith from war, first Krishna states that you are think that yourself you are capable or not. After that you go for the war. This Atma realization, Atma Vishleshan is there. So Upanishads teach us the self-realization. The Ramayana and the Mahabharata give the real values of human being. What's the real values? What's the real values of humanism? Give us the Sarma and Mahabharata. Sanskrit gives us happiness. How can we happy? Sanskrit literature give always man should be happy. We become stressless. So many important components are how is given the stress. How can we become the happy life? Ananda, Satsiva, Ananda, Satchidananda. If we get happy, then we got the Ishvara Brahma. Ishvara is nothing else. Ishvara belega kono hoy. Ishvara nothing else. It is a remarkable Ananda. When you feel Ananda, then you meet our Ishvara, meet our Supreme Being. That is the motto. We have not seen Ishvara. How? Nobody seen Ishvara. But motto is that when you feel happy, then we feel our God. That is the motto. That is the philosophy behind that. The ancient scriptures always try to emphasize on the dignity of human values. Indian concept of liberality arises from the Vedic and Upanishadic tradition, where four Purusharthas are glorified. The Sanskrit writers have always put emphasis on the welfare of human being. Always try to emphasize how we became happy, how we became the welfare of this human generation. One sloka is I have written here, one sloka is that Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, Sarve santu nirame, all men, all should happy. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kasyit dukkha bhag. Okay, that is a common sloka. There's a meaning is that it states that may everyone be happy. May all recover from disease. Sarve santu niramaya. All should recover from the disease. May all be good from disease. May all witness everything that is good. Bhadrani pashyantu. Good things we have to see, not bad things. We have to see only good things and take these good things for our human life, not the bad thing. And may no one experience any sufferings. You see that? Ma kasit dukkha bhagat. May no one experience any sufferings, any dukh, which Buddha says. Ajahita, dukkha masti, dukkha niramaya apyasti. Revival dukkha. Buddha says that yes, suffering is there, but we can remove from this suffering. Buddha says that. Suffering is there. Many sufferings. Human being is suffering, but we have to recover from that suffering. That is the main motto of Buddhism. How can we recover from that suffering? That is the main motto. Indian thinkers always aim at the moral and spiritual act of uplifting of human being. How we uplifting a human? Man should not live like an animal, but they have to live as a perfect human being. Men have a positive responsibility, those who is not in other animal. Men have a positive responsibilities to the society which they must not ignore. We have a social responsibility to every man, every woman. There is a social responsibility there. Mahabharata remarks that there is none other than man, best being in this universe. No manusat sastrataram hi kinsit. No manusat sastrataram hi kinsit. That there is none other than man is the best being. Why best being? Because we think for society, think for others. If we don't think others, that we cannot be recognized as a man, as a human being. So Mahabharata states that man is a supreme from other animals. But question is that should we recognize that supreme? That should they recognize that human being is the best from others? We have to realize it. Mahabharata states that all other men is the best being, best thing. No manusat sastataram kinchit. The Santi Parvan, there is a slokas in Santi Parvan. The liberality is the one of the prime interest of the human being. Liberality, udarata. How we give this others, that is the udarata. Because nowadays we have not things that anything we have real others, quells others and other people, we have not an udarja guna, udarja reality is there. The word or phrase liberality refers to trait of being generous in behavior and temperament, or an inclination to favor progress and individual freedom. That is the liberality concept. In Sanskrit, liberality can be translated as udarata and udarja. This is the two words come to the liberality and udarja. The Manu Samhita, already I have stated, is a Dharma Shastra, Smriti Shastra. Manu Samhita states that by the restraining of the senses, by the destruction of love and hearted, and by not injuring living being, he became fit for the immorality. Amritattva. He became the immortality. What is the quality? Is that the restraining from the senses. Senses means 6 organs are there. Chakshu, Varna, Jibha, Nasika, it's 6 sense organs there. We control to them. Jibha, Chakshu, we control to them. But the destruction of love and hatred, if we extract this love and hatred, and by not injuring the living being, living means all living beings, he becomes fit for the immorality. That is the come from Manu Samhita. Indriyana nirodhena raga vesas khvena sa ahinsaya sa bhutanam amritataya kalpate. Is the slokas from Manu Samhita. In Manusmriti, Liberality or dana on generosity is highlighted as a significant virtue and a means of atonement of the sins. By dana, by liberality, we can come by atonement for sins. To papar pora ami mukti pabo paro. That is the thinking from Manu Samhita. According to Bodhayana Dharma Sutra, another book is a Dharma Shastra is a Bodhayana. The following are the vows of renunciation. আমি কি ভাল কাম কৰিব লাগে কি কৰিব লাগে that's one giving this one Dharma Sutra is there. Abstain from injuring living beings. That should be done. Abstaining from injuring living beings. Truthfulness. Abstention from appreciation of the property of others. লোভ তুমি এৰিব লাগিব. Continence and the liberality. That is the continence and the liberality. এইখিনি গুণ থাকিব লাগিব. There are 5 minor vows also. Abstain from anger. খঙৰ পৰা আঁতৰত থাকিব লাগিব. Obedience in the teachers. Guru Bhakti. We always not thinking with our Guru. That the Guru is a very prominent part. Avoidance of rashness. Cleanliness and purity in eating. That should be done. That with this point we can get the liberality and we will get the good human being. There's a Vedic gods in Vedas. Vedic gods appeared as human like. If we go to a one god is there just like Saraswati and other god, always you think that all are a symbol of humanism. All are symbol. If you go to the Narayana, we go to the Vishnu or other Krishna, you think that philosophically think that is a symbol of humanism. Because the point of humanism. Their action and behavior, you think your behavior and action, always humanity are there. They appear to be humanistic nature. They are a symbol of love, affection, and liberal donors. They are a symbol of gods are always symbol of love, affection. We are afraid. We should not afraid the gods. When I saw the films, oh my God, it's a very interesting film for me. Oh my God. He teaches a philosophy. This film teaches a philosophy that we should love our God, not afraid. We should not afraid to God that God coming us to if you done this God coming up to. No, we should laugh. We should laugh to God. The one message from film is that we should laugh, should afraid from this God. That is the main message. Oh my God. Veda also teaches us. Veda also told that we should love the gods. Then God also in vice versa. God also gives us the love and affection. The Rigvedic seer requests the deity to pour its 100-fold and 1,000-fold into man who observe his laws. One Agni God I mentioned, how Agni has given us something. Not only Agni God, so many gods are give us so many things, the human being. The entire pages of Rigveda, the liberal traits are reflected through the prayers and praises of the gods. The Rigveda declares that world is like a home. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, I'm coming that. Rigveda states that the world like our home. The same sense, in a famous book Panchatantra also there, also remarks that for him whose behavior is good, world is at home. Oyang Nijaha Parabeti is coming, my friends. Who is the observation is that if we think the good, then world is our home. The Rigveda raises the statement that man should not be lived in individual but for the entire nations and guard the mindful beings. This is a quotation of the Vedas. I going fast because time. How many time in running? I should conclude 5 or 10 minutes. No? 5 minutes. Okay. One Danastuti hymns are there. There is Danastuti who gives us some things. We have to praise him because we have in our so many books are there. In first part, you have seen that who gives something, then we encourage him. In our Shankaradeva praises the his pastors because he gives these some things. So who gives us always should be said to him. One important point in the liberality is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. This is the smell motto. The earth is our home. If we think that Oyam nijaha, oyam paravaiti, ganana laghu chatadam, udara soritainam su bosudeva kutumbukam. Who is a noble-hearted man, who is a noble-hearted person for that entire all his own family. If he is a noble-hearted person, he is a good person, that entire world, his family. Udara Soritanam tu Bosudha Eva Kutum. Bosudha means heart, but whole heart, his family is there. Dano is an important component for liberty. If we taking the habit to Dano, then it is a good sign for liberty in Sanskrit literature. There is a component Dana. Dana is a great concept of the term of liberty. If we take the donation, then it is it. The definition of Dano is, what is Dano? Definition of Dano. Panini gives a definition, what is called Dano. When we give something to someone, next day we give the Facebook. That this type of giving we have done Dano. In the path related people, we give something, then we come to the Facebook, we give him that donation. It is not the works of Dano. It is not that Dano. Dano mane etu nohoy je ami disu kali gotei khini jonai furisu iman toka dilu ami. That is not Dano. That is not Dano. Panini, the scholar, grammarian, he states the definition. Sasatta tyaga purvakam parasatta aropanam. When he give you something, after that, this is not mine. This is his. His satta is coming from them. I have not done anything. That is called Dana. So when we give something, 1 rupee, is then, who's there? He's then his. Not mine. It is not mine. That is the sasatta tyaga purvakam. Parasatta means others. Consequence is the Dana. Then I come in the last part. Guru. Guru is a symbol of liberality. Ami Guru e jiman dise ami dibo pora nai. Guru e amak jiman dise ami keteo hek koribo noaru. Guru is a symbol of liberality. Guru gives us so many things. Guru is a counselor. Guru is a helper. Guru gives us so many knowledge. We cannot give in return. We cannot give anything. So Guru is a very symbol of liberality. Then Tyaga. If we give him the liberality and Tyaga renouncing, Tyaga is an important part of liberality. And Isopanishad, one important verse is that Isavasyang idang sarvam Jat kingsam jagattam jagat tena gunjitha madridha kasyasidhanam. I just quotation this line. Very interesting meaning is there. It is stated that all this in this universe in the habitation by the Lord, not mine. In world, all things coming from our supreme being, from God, not its mine. Whatsoever is individual universe is movement, the universal motion. By that renounce you should enjoy this, but you should not greed any man's possessions. You should not greed. That is the main motto of Isha Upanishad. With this, I conclude my presentation. So, the Sanskrit literature is a vast literature. So many important points are encouraged in Sanskrit literature because Sanskrit gives us the how to live in a society. Sanskrit literature gives us the notions that how should become a good man. This is our main motto, Ben Purusharthas. How become a good man, how we should live in our society, that it is our duty as a human being, the society should be good one. This is Shanti Mantra, Om Do Shantihi, Antariksha Shantihi, Prithvi Shantihi, Apo Shantihi, Osadaya Shantihi, Vanaspataya Shantihi, Vissedeva Shantihi, Brahma Shantihi, Sarvam Shantihi, Sarva Shantireva Shantihi, Samam Shantiredhi. This is Shanti Mantra. With this Shanti Mantra, I offer my thanks and gratitude, Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir of this university, my Guru present here, and others faculty members who present here, because it is a topic. This is one type of topic. This is one type of topic that present here. I thank you, all of you, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Jagadish Sarma, for such a thought-provoking and eloquent talk. So now I may request our Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir and respected guest speaker to release the book on the topic Exploring the Days of Indian Knowledge System. edited by Dr. Indrani Deka and Dr. Sanjeev Paran Pipu Kolita of KK Hendricks State Open University. So may I request Professor Nada Kushashar, who is also one of the contributors of this volume, to say few words to motivate us. Professor Nada Kusha has traveled all over the world and become a well-respected Indian astrologer and Ayurvedic consultant. Kusha sir is an internationally known and respected Vedic astrologer, and in the last 25 years, he gave consultation to thousands of people all over the world. Nada Kusha sir is the author of several publications on Vedic knowledge published in Dutch language. One of his books, The Vedas for Everyone, has been highly accomplished all over the world. Over to you, sir.
Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Punatu Sahaviryam Karvavahe Tetyasina Vaditamastu Ma Vidvishyahe. Om Shanti 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 Haryam. From Hungary, I would like to send my warm greetings to Professor Rajendra Prasad Das and to our beautiful speaker, Dr. Jagadish Sarma, and also to Mrs. Indrani Deka for hosting this session. And also, I would like to send my warm greetings to all my colleagues and friends from Gauhati Open University. Today is a very auspicious day. It is the World Sanskrit Day 2025. It is also the day of the full moon, and I think also today we celebrate Raksha Bandhan. And also, this day is the day of releasing a new publication with the beautiful title, Exploring the Depths of Indian Knowledge Systems. And what I like very much is also the subtitle, Ancient Insights for Contemporary Challenges. I think this title makes clear what is the deeper purpose of this book. We know that nowadays our world is in crisis in many ways. Not necessary to explain this, but the very important question is, what is the cause of all these challenges with which we are dealing today? And in my humble opinion, there is only one main crisis. Humanity has lost the real wisdom of life. And the wisdom of life is connected to the quality of our inner consciousness. When our inner consciousness has become limited and the human mind cannot function well, and our actions become stressful and frustrating. And also in the collective life will be based on ignorance, not having any more the insight in the real purpose of life and to live from a deeper perspective. What the world needs in our day is a spiritual transformation, which is a transformation from inside. And India is the land where this knowledge of inner transformation has been stored for countless ages. It is the holy land of the Veda. Veda means inner knowledge or wisdom. And how to develop ourselves from ignorance to wisdom and collectively from darkness again into the light. I think this is the purpose of this beautiful book which we are releasing today. So the responsibility from India and its institutes of knowledge in the first place is to join hands and work together towards an ideal society, which we can call Ram Raj. And I think this is also the real meaning of Rakshabandhan. So I want to congratulate everyone with the release of the publication of this book, and that it may find its way to those who will contribute on solving our challenges of today from the perspective of Vedic wisdom, as has been explained in detail in all those beautiful Vedic scriptures. I ask and pray for the divine blessings of Lord Krishna to lead us into a new era of wisdom, happiness, and collective health. Namaste.
Namaste, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with us. Pranam, sir.
My pleasure.
So now we go for release of the book.
সঞ্জীব সারে ফেলে Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thanks for live presentation. Thank you, sir.
Sir, let us together explore into the depth of this magnificent language and celebrate its glorious legacy. May this World Sanskrit Day inspire us all to appreciate, explore, and promote the universal values and knowledge preserved in Sanskrit. Thank you all for being with us, and I offer my gratitude to all the contributors of this volume. Congratulations to each one of you. I would like to say that as one of the editor of this volume, I had a great experience. Also, I would like to say that thank you to both my co-editors, Dr. Sanjeev Bora and Piku Kolita. We worked as a team. Especially my colleague, Dr. Sanjeev Bora, sir, assistant professor in SMEs. He has done so much pain from designing the cover to do the final layout of the volume. So big thanks. I'd like to inform all the contributors that they will get their copies within a couple of days from the publisher. You too, sir, will send. Thanks to IT cell and multimedia branch of KKHSOU for all the necessary help and support. Thank you all. Sir, Sarve Bhavantu Shukhinaha, Sarve Shantu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kashid Dukhavak Bhave. May all be happy, may all be free from illness, may all see what is auspicious, may no one suffer.